Hello, welcome to Fanfiction Theater. I'm Tristan. With me today is Kitty. Wait, hold on. Let me turn on your mic.
You sure?
Hi, my name's Kitty, and I knew my microphone was not on.
Also here is Tracy.
Hello.
Jesse?
She's got
Question
a
mark?
headache right now. A pretty bad
Okay.
headache. But
Gotcha. Kevin.
Hail, Gitara.
And
Somebody has to say it every time.
that brings us to we might as well just say it now that Michael was enveloped by Ghidorah.
Yeah.
It was his life's goal, so I think we should be happy for him. But it's really frightening, confusing to me.
It's a frightening prospect, but
I,
we're
for
told,
one, am envious.
Good.
Yeah,
We should all be so blessed.
I hope I'm next.
And that was the voice of Misha,
Hello.
and Quinn just popped in.
Yep.
And I don't see Drew,
Also involved by
but
Ghidorah.
Misha has volunteered to take over Michael's narration tonight.
Oh, okay.
For better or for worse? Find out.
Well,
Man, first you rip off a picture of his, and then
Now I'm stealing
Like
his job. Oh no.
Misha's coming for your gig.
thank you, Sam, and hello, Joe Buggy, and yes, it all going according to plain yogurt.
Yum. I'll take 2.
We didn't get that sponsorship. Take that back.
Simply according to plain yogurt.
Somebody make that fan art. Okay. So I think we want to start off with, there were 2 fics that we were in the middle of a chapter on. One of them was Angsty Mario, otherwise known as But the Fates Aren't Done With Me Yet.
Fates aren't done with me yet.
And the other is 700 Days of Summer, but I'd rather start with Mario.
I think we're always in the middle of a chapter with 700 Days of Summer.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Mhm.
It
Okay.
always feels that way anyway.
What chapter are we on the Mario one?
We should run a program to take 700 Days of Summer, divide it by 700, and include markers of the days.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It would probably
Probably
actually
still
end
be
up.
too much to read per day.
Yeah, it would be end up like 700 actual days. It would take us to read it.
Oh, this is weird.
I mean, it's already taken us 700 actual days to
Whoa.
read it. So.
Thank all the
Huh.
stars.
Okay, so my
Thank
bookmarklet
God.
needs some refining. I apologize.
Yeah, it that is
It
weird.
works. Technically.
Thank All the Stars was the last thing that we read, and we've got like a dozen paragraphs of that copied. Wow, this is weird.
Oh.
It just keeps going.
Yeah. Thank all the stars.
Thank all the stars.
Okay, I don't know
Thank
why it's
all
doing that. Never
the
mind.
stars.
Just-
Okay, it's fine. I'll just go
It's just
to the old.
it's just including
back
every
to the
take that
old
Mario
ways.
did.
Yeah,
Here. We got it.
you got it. Okay. So we're at a dot to dot to dot. So, for those of you not familiar with this story, it's basically Mario vlogging about the horrors that he witnessed in various games. This one is Mario and Luigi Partners in Time.
Quinn?
Yeah. What?
The shaking.
Must you?
Is this-
I'm making a drink.
Yeah, terrible is the.
Someone's got to be through here. Come on.
With the bulk of the invasion over,
Mario began.
we moved to lending some aid to the Mushroom Kingdom of the past. Well, it was an unorthodox move, to say the least. It's not like we could just leave them alone after everything that happened. There were a lot of scars to patch over, some of which required a ton of work, and we couldn't guarantee that they'd be able to repair it all alone, given both the time period and their state of affairs.
As the report continued onward, the weariness on the plumber's face only deepened and deepened. Every incident he had to relay seemed to physically hurt him. Every moment he could recall was invariably framed in shadows. Is this
This seems to just be still narration.
An aside of yours.
It was heavy. Way too heavy for him. But he had to remember it.
Oh.
The architectural damage was really severe.
He continued.
There were craters everywhere, and half of our city's buildings were falling apart. Thankfully, most of the purple mushrooms were gone, but that didn't change how much work we had to do. I mean, it seems like it would, though, because that would have been more work. Whatever.
Yeah. If they had stuck around, it would have been worse.
Finding everyone was even worse. Just about all of the population was displaced, and the record keeping back in those days was a far cry from today's standards.
How long ago was it?
I don't know. We'd have to check the wiki.
Predates
It
written
was
word.
19XX,
Right.
but
Now-
really 2005. I think the 19XX is the past.
Okay,
I
but
don't know.
when Partners in Time happened,
Mhm.
like, I swear you have a phone. You know?
Yeah, but the plot was that the Shroob army sent their forces to the past, right?
Oh, really?
That's what I'm gathering.
Read a book.
So there's a funny vignette of them appearing and knocking down the construction site where Donkey Kong lived.
Yeah,
I
something
got
like
you.
that.
I got
Yeah. And then there was a Peach's Castle, or as the
Just
people
a
then.
beach at a castle?
James and the Giant of Peach's Castle.
Yeah. Or as the people then were calling it, Shroob Castle. Dot to dot to dot.
Is that must
That
be
one
the
really is
therapist
in
that he's
quotes.
talking-
Yeah, that's
To say things were a mess was an understatement. Thankfully, EGAD's sensors helped a lot. Our experience in handling Bowser-related damages did too. And of the Shroob minions who were still alive, including Yoob and Junior Shrooboid. Junior Shrooboid.
Junior Shrewboid. Come on down to Junior Shrewboid.
probably related to Junior
They were just like my dad
Shrewboy,
did.
the Drew Boy. I can't remember.
BR549.
I thought you were going to go for Junior Kimbrel.
Samples? Oh.
Michael is in the chat. I'm glad
That'd
to
be a lot
see
better.
that he's not so consumed by Getera that he can't be in
Oh,
the
good.
chat with us.
He's- Getera has enabled him, allowed him an internet connection at least. That's good.
Mm.
It's really quite generous.
Spitfire, no, the sensors are from the future. EGAD's from the future / present, 2005. But in 19XX, they had, okay. Well, we got a Yoob down from the cliffs of Yoshi's Island. I won't sugarcoat it. He was brain dead.
What the fuck? Excuse Excuse me, but what the fuck?
Whatever we did in his belly was enough to knock him out for a good. I guess you're inside him for some part of the game?
Fan service.
There wasn't much we could do for him beyond shrinking him down and letting him rest somewhere peaceful. Shrinking him down?
What?
I guess that makes the grave easier to dig.
Well, he was like huge when I looked him up. He was like a giant.
Give it
Yoshi.
down. Putting
Okay.
him into a little matchbox and
In my pocket.
Junior Shrewboyd, on the other hand, remained with Egad. Compared to the rest of the Shroobs, he was a small fry, so it was relatively safe for the professor to keep him for study. He sounded pretty excited about it, too. Said that he had a lot of experiments in mind, and even some other things.
Sounds like Egad's getting ready to commit some war crimes.
Yeah.
even some other things.
Mario,
Dr. Egad Mengele.
Mario let out a snort.
Honestly,
caught by
Free snort. Be free.
honestly, it's a better fate than he deserves. The rest of the Shroobs weren't so lucky, with their high command taken out and pretty much all of their resources stripped from them. It didn't take long for the Koopa Troop, the one from the past, to swoop in and take care of them. If there's one thing I can say, it's that the Dark Lands were surprisingly supportive of the Mushroom Kingdom. They took in a number of our refugees, shielding them from the worst of the invasion, and they managed to keep the Shroobs from gaining any territory, too.
We're in the Darklands.
I don't know. I'm not sure about that. I don't know what they did to the Shroobs, be it ending their games or something else. Is that a euphemism for death?
Oh,
Like,
for death. We
game
wanted
over?
to code it when Yube was brain dead, but the
Yeah.
Shroobs, their game's ended.
maybe it's better if it stays that way. I've had enough of this invasion for a lifetime. ...
An awkward silence descended upon the recording.
What
The
happened?
red-clad hero's face looked increasingly uncomfortable. There was one more kicker he needed to discuss.
Kicker.
Toadbert, when he came back, well, I wouldn't say he was perfectly okay, but he was a lot better than we expected, given that he
What a
spent
kicker.
most of the invasion on Yoshi's Island, which wasn't hit too bad. I suppose it couldn't be worse. Suppose it couldn't be worse?
Could it or couldn't it?
Couldn't be worse.
It was
I'm so
awful.
confused. How is that a
Not too
kicker?
bad.
This is the
No way it
kicker.
could be worse.
This one.
This is the kicker.
Todiko, though, she was traumatized. Absolutely so. She can't go out anymore without feeling some sort of helplessness. ...
He sniffled.
She used to be so
snorted.
happy. Someone I could call a friend. Now I must abandon her.
No, I'll never be a millionaire.
Now she's completely different. And it's... ...
So Mario's a toxic ass friend. That's what I'm getting out of this. He's not supporting Toriko. He's just a horrible person.
Okay, now
Fuck
we're
you,
flashing back to that
We are?
moment.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's not him falling to his
Oh.
knees and saying, Toriko!
Well, he is, just in the past.
Okay.
What is okay? Is it a video recording?
Yes,
he's vlogging it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he's not like in a in an interrogation room or something.
I mean, he might be.
No,
We don't
Jack
know.
Bauer isn't like breaking his knuckles to get him to talk.
Spitfire says he edited his own flashbacks into the video.
And they're just like shitty green screen videos he's made.
Okay, I'm gonna say this is Toadbert just so we have another voice in here. Dad, do you want to be Toadbert?
What's Toadbert like?
He's like a toad, but with glasses, I guess.
He's a toad,
Yes.
Toadbert.
but a bird. Yeah, exactly. Be Bert to the
He's
toad
saying
Ernie.
Todico?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Todico!
Mario and Toadbert stood anxiously outside Todico's house, worry all over their faces.
Todico, please come out!
Dot, dot, dot.
What was that, Tracy?
I just worry all over their faces. Do you have a hose we could use?
Okay.
I got worry all over
Was
my
I
face.
Todico last time? Is that who this was?
Probably.
I don't remember.
I'm gonna say
Just-
probably.
Maybe a
Does
little.
someone else want to do it since I'm narrating and Tristan's
Kitty?
the only one talking?
Can you be Todico?
Is this the Todico?
Yeah.
Go away.
Now she has a deeper voice. That's fine. A muffled voice replied.
Well, that was the muffling.
Oh, yeah. Toadbert stepped forward.
It's been 2 weeks since we got back by Boogity. You haven't come out.
he's
Wait a minute.
he's like
Did they come back? Is that
a
the mode of
fussy
transportation that came
old
back by
man.
Boogity?
Maybe could be. I think he
Is
has.
Boogity-
Doesn't he have like a brush mustache? What is that called?
Hitler stash?
No.
Are you thinking of
broader.
are you thinking of Toadsworth?
I'm probably
I think you're
thinking of
thinking of
Toadsworth.
You're
yeah.
thinking of Toadsworth, you frickin'
Okay.
so and so.
But is Boogity like his boo OC that we can find elsewhere?
I think it's
Boogity,
he's
boogity,
saying
boogity.
like by God. It's
Yeah.
been 2 weeks since we
Yeah.
got back
Oh.
by Boogity. It's an
So
Yeah.
oh, okay. So Boogity's their ghost god, his OC ghost god.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like Tristan's idea better. It's been 2 weeks since we got back by Boogity. You haven't come out of there this entire time.
We're all worried about you, Peach especially.
Mario spoke up.
We're here for you. Just give us a chance, please.
Stop! Oh my god! DoorDash, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Incoming burrito.
Actually, that's true. I did just order a burrito.
Dot, dot, dot.
This is.
No.
She replied.
Go away.
Toadbert frowned.
Look, I know what happened to you was terrible, but it's safe now. There aren't any shroobs, and Bowser's out of commission. There's no reason to hide yourself away from the world.
Door slammed open. Mario and Toadbert jolted in surprise. She was as disheveled as you could get. Dark bags hung beneath her eyes, and her clothes had wrinkles all over. Her limbs were shaking, too, very much indicative of her current mood.
Dude, I'm like that all the time. What are you talking about? That's
Yeah,
not fair.
literally.
thinking the
Why
same
call me out
thing,
like
yeah.
that?
That's as disheveled as you could get.
What would you know about being safe?
She screamed in a tone of voice Mario had never heard from her before.
Yeah, you never heard this tone before. You weren't the
Yeah.
one who was tortured for energy and then turned a mushroom for almost 2 weeks, bitch. Whoops, that part slipped out.
The blue
No,
capped
you were
aide-
just in character. It's okay.
The blue capped aide looked startled.
Is that
Oh,
an ointment? they're referring to there?
Blue
Blue
Capade.
He's like a butler, maybe? I don't know.
I think that's
itching
referring to Toadbert.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's probably the color of his head, right? Because you call
Yeah.
mushroom
Yeah.
cap. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Google, what does Toadbert look like?
No.
Oh my God, no!
You got to live it up on Yoshi's Island, free of consequence, free of your memories. You didn't have to remember being in complete agony. Hell, you still don't now. Nothing is safe out there. Not at all. If this happened once, it can happen again. And you think you can come up here telling me it'll be all right. And the Oscar goes to.
This is still
Who's
you.
this?
This is
Me.
still you.
It continues.
Well, newsflash. I and everyone else had to suffer alone. And I'm never going to be able to forget that. Ellipsis.
Silence passed over everyone present, with Mario and Toadbert at a loss for words. A shadow fell over her face.
Leave me alone, Toadbert. Don't come to my house again. And Mario?
Plumber looked up, his heart breaking by the minute.
Oh, God. You really should have just let me die back in that forest.
Door slammed shut.
Slam!
I'll remember that the next time.
That was the door.
No, it wasn't.
Why'd the door punch somebody?
Yeah.
It's made of fungus.
I don't have a door
Because
slam.
fuck
Okay.
Mario.
Okay.
We should.
Oh, by the way, Google shows me images of Toadbert, and he's a fucking loser. So we're not missing anything.
Okay.
Who else wanted him to be hot?
Me, but say Bobby.
Dot.
Mario closed his eyes.
First the Rogaport, now this. Stars. I hope this isn't an omen of things to come. 'Cause if I have to keep dealing with all these calamities.
He trailed off and stopped speaking. He stayed like that for quite a while.
You all right?
Okay. I'll take the author's note. Wait, is this?
Yeah.
Guess?
What the heck is this? Okay. Partners in Time's
author's notes.
Partners in Time's final boss theme, Another Requiem, is the perfect capstone for the entire game. If there's anything the game leaves kind of understated, it's the Shroob's motive for invading the Mushroom Kingdom. You see it in the opening. Their planet is dying. It's dry. It's decaying. It's every bit the Mushroom Kingdom's exact opposite. Anyone would naturally want to get away from that. But the Shroobs aren't just anyone. They're monsters. The worst kind of monsters. Worse than the villains who came before, and worse than everyone. Okay, now I'm starting to feel like this is supposed to be read by...
The author.
No, this is like
I
the
think
end of War of the Worlds.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
thinking this is like meant to be read by
Morgan
what's
Freeman.
his name?
Wells?
Morgan Freeman.
No, not Morgan Freeman. That famous newscaster from like back in the day. He like the
way it is.
yeah,
Walter
yeah, that-
Cronkite.
Walter Cronkite. There it is.
Okay.
It's kind of starting to sound like a Tucker Carlson segment.
And they came here. And
Tristan, can you do angry and confused? Like,
Tucker Carlson?
yeah, just do an angry confused.
just try doing the tuck face, and the stupid voice will fall. Like, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. You gotta pull
Now,
your
the
chin.
one night I don't have a bow tie.
You gotta pull your chin like back behind your neck. Yeah, you got it.
I don't really have a voice for him, though. If you can do Walter Cronkite,
Tucker Carlson is
I'll
just like
try
fucking
that.
annoying. So just like do it. And it's more about the attitude. It's like, I don't believe what I'm talking about right now. I'm really upset about puppies. I hate puppies. Like, that's just do that, and you got it.
I swear I've seen that on
Worse
his
than the
show
villains
before.
who came before, and worse than everyone else who'll come after.
There it is,
Count
yeah.
Black's crew included. Their
Tracy, take it away.
crimes have become too much. Their empathy proven to be completely non-existent. The only recourse left is to put an end to them. For otherwise, the kingdom will become as corroded as whence they came. That's the beauty of another Requiem. It doesn't just symbolize a fight for the fate of the kingdom. It's the end of the Shroob's chances for survival. In spite of how monstrous they are, this is their last-ditch effort to save themselves for extinction. And it's failing. It's sad and overwhelming. A desperate situation for both sides, and it's in that juxtaposition, I don't know that word, and Juno's above-mentioned cover, that I was inspired to write this chapter.
Oh, right.
See? Told you.
Okay.
Sam says, holy
This
shit,
is
Tracy, this is
insane.
dead on.
I know, this is really good. Tracy, you are doing an amazing Tucker Carlson right now. How did you get your head so far up your ass?
Yeah.
You had to have ribs removed.
Congratulations.
They had a segment on that on Tucker Carlson.
As the climax of this first leg of the fic, Elder Princess Shroob is epitome of
Well,
everything
wait, this
wrong
is-
with the Shroobs.
Why are you taking
This is
Tucker's
real
lines?
Tucker
I think we
Carlson.
better
Okay,
stick with
okay.
Tucker
Still a rant.
Carlson.
Jesus, Tristan.
Because it
Sorry.
gets more so. It's insane.
Okay.
Don't
okay.
worry, I'm
It's
taking
an
him away.
Insane rant. Okay.
Well, there he goes.
As the climax to this first leg of the fic, Elder Princess Shroob is epitome of everything wrong with the Shroobs. She thinks she's in the right, that her species is justified in doing all this, but she's not. They're not. Mario knows. He's seen this. And that's why he's here, rebutting her claims. Confronting this darkness firsthand and being able to see what's at stake in these journeys, that's going to be important for this character arc later. Trust me on that. Also, since PIT, that must be the name of, like, that's
Partners
like
in
AOC.
Time.
Partners in time, yeah.
Oh, okay. Since PIT didn't bother resolving most of its hanging plot threads, I decided I might as well do it myself. Look, the cost of all this is actually acknowledged. Look, the past isn't just left to restore their kingdom by themselves. Look, Toadbird and Totoko are, in fact, shown coming back. And everything doesn't get treated as if it's one of those perfect happy endings, because it isn't. It isn't at all. I mean, sure, they survived, but does that really mean they're all as okay as they used to be? I wonder. Well, that's all for now. Next time, a little interlude featuring a special guest as speedy as he is blue.
Oh my
See you
god.
around.
Wait.
Booty the cat?
The only thing missing from that to make it a perfect Tucker Carlson bit would have just been blaming the leftists and saying that they would have invited the Shroob refugees in. Just
It was close. I think
I decided-
he held back from it. I just, this
Oh my God.
special guest could be like green. It's just
So-
not like any character who isn't blue at all.
So, I was sure this was going to like transition into like the lyrics of the final boss theme he was talking about, because I scrolled down and I saw the look, and I thought those had to be like the chorus or something.
Lo, behold.
Yeah, look upon my fanfic, ye mighty.
And weak.
looking for lyrics to anything that might be this song he's talking about. I think it's just a. It seems like just a instrumental
Really?
piece of music.
Huh.
I can't see any lyrics.
I mean, it's a Mario
That was
song.
such
So.
a great piece
I think
of music.
somebody must have
Classical
done a
themes to the
cover,
vote,
like an OC remix cover where they put
Oh,
lyrics
yeah.
to it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We should find.
I think that's why a lot of the lines rhymed at the beginning. The lines that
You got
the
to track this down.
like villain was saying. Okay. All right. Well.
Sam says, I am also as speedy as I am blue.
Am I speedy?
Okay. Well,
Semi-blue.
should we go to
Another one for the oldsters out there.
Kevin, I keep telling you, they're not out there.
Look at the Metamucil to ya.
Kevin, I don't know who you're talking to.
Oh, I can delete my lover lust fave. I'm so excited. Yay.
Are we doing
Yeah.
Loverlust?
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
no, wait,
no,
that's
No,
no,
it's
no.
gone.
700 days. Are we doing 700
Yeah,
days?
700
I was just
days
looking
is
at
the
my
other
favorite-
one.
favorites
Went
on
through the
fanfiction.
cast list and like actually, but
What's that?
we never actually read through the cast list, did we?
I mean, no, but
Not that we should, but it's
What
so
about
dumb.
DDR? Or do we have more DDR?
I'm sure there is more DDR.
Yeah, we could go to DDR.
We have the song, Tracy?
no.
Okay.
I worked on it, but my voice gave out.
Okay. Sorry. I wrote lyrics to a song and I'm waiting for music.
Okay.
Come on
Are
and
we doing
slam.
DDR then?
Wow.
Where are we at?
What chapter are we on?
We could do 700 days. Like
Well,
try to struggle through that for a bit.
that's what I said initially, and then
That idea has been tabled.
Love a
Until
chance
next
to
time,
read
you'll
some
have to bring it up
DDR.
at old business
okay,
next
that's
time.
fine. We seem to be on chapter 5.
Are we? Is it Heart of Glue?
Oh no, we're on the next one. Okay, I gotta
The refinement of
DDR++.
fighting.
Yes, the refinement of fighting.
We had a cast
Sure,
list
this
for
isn't
this.
a Royal High School one.
And I put the cast list in the chat. Quinn is, of course, Rage and Jenny. I'm Retsu.
Oh, I'm Jenny.
Yeah, I mean, according to your thing, I guess.
Yeah, apparently I was Jenny.
Tracy is Beecham. True is not with us, but he was Julio and Karam. Kitty is Uni, Garuda, and Alice. Jessie was Emmy, or Kitty with her nose plugged. It's also Emmy. Kevin was Afro. Louis Consent the Third, and Akira. I
Of
don't.
course.
Louis Consent the Third.
I
was
don't
the
know
robot.
if he's coming back. Yeah, he was the Robot King. Yeah, there's no
What
Royal
happened
High
to
School,
him?
unfortunately.
I wish there was a Royal High School. Nebula the Hedgehog has been
Sounded like one.
uploading like a lot lately.
Oh, really?
Like
Other stories?
yeah. I keep getting notifications
For
that they're
shame.
uploading. Like it's like called Where Chat. I don't know. It's very odd.
Ooh, scary.
Okay.
Well, she took that feedback to heart that she shouldn't write Sonic fanfic anymore, which is not great for us.
Yeah, we gotta go and comment.
Demand Sonic fanfic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Let's
want to see the
it's-
big boys.
We need big boys.
It's a miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir fanfic, I think.
Yeah, I don't know what
Okay.
that is.
Kids show.
All right, let's get into chapter 6, the refinement of fighting.
Okay. At Extra Mall, Emmy, Alice, Uni are here to listen to some of Gus's musics. and he goes to see the girls. Therefore, Jenny arrives to see them.
Therefore.
Thus it follows.
Quinn, you're Jenny.
Yeah, I'm Jenny. Hey, girls, especially you, Gus.
Gus is the one name we don't have written down.
Wow.
I
I'll
don't
be
think he
Gus.
existed
I've got
before
one
this.
character.
What is
Can I
Gus?
be Gus?
Let
Yeah,
Tracy
sure.
be Gus.
Gus it up, man.
All right, Gus.
Hey, they were talking about last night about the rescue. It's a live robot,
Gus smiled while lowering his
I'll be
head.
right back.
Okay.
but for some reason, I haven't seen the old man yet. They say that he was with both Rage and Retsu. Now, how can that be? What? I already asked them about him, and I would think Rage would break his word of meeting him since he was related to him. I mean, right?
Amy.
Gus, Mr. Ito was with Rage and Retsu at the main base of the U.S. government. I wanted to know what they are going to do in there, like secret government or corporate secrets?
He said, which Uni tells her.
Emmy, I think what the professor has to do with those two. That's what I think. Do you remember that you, Rage, Retsu, and Akira had rescued me from that big ugly brute?
That was like yesterday, yeah.
Yeah, but do you remember? It was like cool, right?
This is your game.
Wait, is it the same?
Emmy.
Emmy, okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
It looks to me like he wanted to retain Rage his bearings. I'm sorry, what?
Yep.
Retrain.
Mhm. Oh, retrain.
Okay, retrain Rage his bearings when he fights anybody.
Yes.
If you could tell me what that means, I'd greatly appreciate it. I know he was aggressive and eager to fight last year.
he said finally noted about Garuda's reasons of retraining his grandson, and Gus remembers the incident.
Well, that's right. When he took out my captors who attempted to get me, I saw him beating them out and knowing he was lacking something.
Miss Jenny?
Quinn said BRB, so I don't know where they
Oh,
are.
yeah.
That's right. Quinn's probably getting food.
I hope
Oh,
it's a burrito.
There they are. Hey, Jenny!
I got your number.
Hey, Quinn. Wanna meet
I'll give you a ride if you want to, or Gus, if you want to see them.
Jenny said offering Gus to ride, which Gus accepts and he consciously tells her.
Jenny said offering a bite of the burrito.
Is this Gus? Yeah.
Sure, but not unicycles where I got a serious accident at my childhood, can you tell? I'll just hop on for a while.
I got it right
Gus had
here.
a traumatic childhood accident on a unicycle.
Unicycle. It happens
And
a lot
Jenny-
more often than you think.
Is that
Jenny's
canon?
offering to give him a ride on a unicycle?
Apparently.
That's
She's got real strong shoulders. Leave her alone.
Okay.
She has to take 3 extras at a time and she juggles them.
Yeah, yeah. You're Alice, too.
Oh my God. Okay.
I could take some of these.
No, I'm
Okay.
keeping them. I like them
Alright.
all. I forget which one I gave Alice. I'm gonna make Alice grunge from now on. Okay, everyone remember
Okay.
that. I guess Rage has been lacking for being vigilante.
No. Don't fill in for this fool.
I'm sorry. It's my captioning. I automatically correct things so they look like real sentences. I guess Rage has lacking for being vigilante. That would be the reason.
Alice remarked as Jenny allows Gus to ride with her in her motorbike, not a unicycle, and sets off to find them.
Well,
Motor
it's like 2 unicycles, Gus.
Ooh, if you
I
think
like
about
the
it.
unicycle.
At the intelligence division of the U.S. government's main base, Rage was surprised to see various computers alongside with him are Louis Consent III, Retsu, and Julio.
Oh, he did come back.
Wow, egg on your face.
Yeah, the U.S. government's main base. That's the rhombus, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we
Thank
got
you
a
for
follower.
following Fluffy Communist.
No, it's the Pentagon. Funny looking building, 4 walls and a square and a spare.
So who's talking?
Okay. I have no idea.
Rage was surprised to see this. So maybe this is Rage?
Yeah, probably Rage.
Cyber. So that's why you were in the intelligence division then.
It was totally cybery.
To be honest, this is where we observe our real enemy's motives, and this is where my current mission takes place. The X-Pac terrorist organization is absolutely dangerous, and their targets are always here in the United States.
Dangerous, I must say.
Yes.
So
Man,
explained.
This feels so relevant with the whole Afghanistan situation, you know?
It's just absolutely dangerous over there.
Retsu explained in a serious tone, and Julio was amused at his actions.
Is this Julio?
Julio?
Am
I
I
guess.
doing Julio?
Julio!
Yeah.
So that means we can find the culprit as well as their next target to abduct someone.
Yep. I think their target must be...
Retsu said until Garuda speaks up.
That son of a coward is definitely targeting Alice.
Son of
The
a
trio
coward.
were shocked upon learning that Alice was the enemy's next target, which makes Rage decided to protect her.
We have to protect Allison fast. I can't let these kidnappers put their energy down
Down the waist? Yes, no, that's right.
Yep. I don't know.
Put energy down the waist.
They're wasting energy. They're wasteroos.
Oh, no.
I'm
Garuda.
assuming this.
Garuda.
Oh, it's Garuda? Okay, cool.
Don't get carried away, Ragey. I have many reasons why we are here at the main base within the U.S. government's intelligence division.
Garuda scolds his grandson while raising his brow.
Luckily,
I
it
think
has
you're
a
both at the
training
same time.
area. As I was saying, luckily it has a training area so that I could retain you back to...
Retrain.
God, I am
retrain.
so sick of this word retrain. Can I get a hyphen in here, please? Where is Scooby?
I know.
Okay. Luckily, it has a training area. Training, not taining. Training, so I could retrain you back to where you used to be. It's not like the first time you fought those wretched bastards who attempted to kidnap their targets and were forced to become suicide bombers. The fuck am I doing?
So you are trying to test this guy's metal, isn't it?
Louis Consent the Third replied, and wants to see how
I'm a
they
robot.
spar.
Metal? I'm getting groove to see you two spar.
Oh no, don't do that.
Getting a moving groove.
Louis, I thought Louis Consent the Third would be a little more woke.
Peggy.
Who the fuck?
Okay, this was done
Oh,
as Peggy
Peggy.
Hill.
Crazy,
yeah.
right?
Jess, it
Tracy.
was
Oh, yeah.
Jessie, but she's.
You do a good
Do you want
Peggy
to
Hill.
be Peggy? Do the Peggy Hill?
Yeah.
Oh,
But
okay. You be Peggy. Do whatever Peggy you want.
It's Jesse. Hi,
Miss
Jesse.
Peggy.
Hello.
hi, I just walked up.
Yay!
All right, now give me Peggy Hill. Go.
Retsu, the training center is operational. Are you sure that you let your friends stay in there?
Tuesday.
Are you
Peggy
sure
and-
that you let your friends to stay in there?
Peggy informed nicely, and Retsu snobbishly tells her.
I think this robot and Julio can stay. They really want to see them to spar each other. Look at how grooved he is.
Look at him sparring all over himself.
I'd like Reiji to get loose. I'd like Reiji to lose his temper once they do.
Oh.
The training center, Rage is forced to battle Garuda in a sparring match, as both Julio and Louis Consent III are gonna watch as spectators.
Me, I think. Yep.
Yes.
I think so.
Listen up, Ragey. You have been beaten. A lot of dangerous enemies ever since Mameo had nearly caused chaos around in DDR City. And now look at you. Ya have a lack of vigilance when your family lived here in the United States.
Finally lived here.
God damn it. When your family, I'm a pirate now, finally lived here in the United States and making a good business, a food business, I'm Irish. Now that our real enemy is here to wreak havoc on this entire community. Me lady, me lass. Help me.
Entire country.
Country, not
Quinn?
community. It is like a big community.
Quinn?
Yes.
I love you. That's all. Please continue.
Garuda said, seeing Rage's weakness.
Sorry, I just had a bite of burrito.
You had some takoyaki.
No, Quinn, it's cramps. I can't fight you. Gotti.
Gramps, I can't fight you. I've got some business to take care of.
Not
Take care of.
Damn it! Damn it! I'm looking like a fool.
I got some business to take care of.
Rage said, as he turned away, only for Garuda to knock him with a flying kick to the back.
Is that Garuda?
Ga?
Or
Gah!
okay.
Wow, the old man rocks. Anyone else?
Amazing! This scientist sure has a strong feet.
That's one way of saying like a feat of strength, a strong feat.
It's like D&D.
Yeah.
Just happens to also, he also has strong feet. It's just a literary,
Gramps!
Rage said, while clutching his back, and Garuda angrily scolds him.
Don't ever walk away like a chicken, Ragey! This is what a coward would act this way! Out of respect! You're just careless because you were more focused on other things than protecting our lives.
Now I'm mad.
Rage gritted angrily as he stands up with the song Low has been played as he
got
angrily fights
low.
his grandfather head on.
Ooh,
Yeah,
battle
that's the song.
scene.
Both men are exchanging their blows, and both Julio and Louis Consent III were impressed to see them spar. Rage goes for a spinning kick, only for Garuda to block by holding his leg, and goes for 2 punches and a roundhouse kick. They continued to exchange their blows, only for Garuda to overpower him and knocking him out with a straight thrust on the chest.
Cause of death. Thrust to the chest.
Grr.
The chest.
Grr. Dang it. How come Gramps was so strong?
Rage said while trying to remove the blood on his face, and he stands up only for Garuda to berate him.
Turned around and gave that big booty a smack. Is that really all you have? Me hearty?
I can't believe you, Gramps. You're beating the crap out of me just because I currently lived in America to embrace my dreams.
Fuck you.
I also fighting those guys tagey
Rage yelled angrily over his grandfather, making the latter angry as well.
Ragey, stop being so lack of incompetence.
That's a great thing to be, though.
Yeah, you should try
I'm
that.
pretty sure I added enough
Okay.
negatives for that to make good sense. If you take me seriously with your blows, that's it. You need to improve your fighting skills. You have to refine your fighting style as long as your enemies are much stronger than you. I'm tired. Good night.
Dot.
Is he still talking? Jesus Christ.
Now here, have a word.
Yeah, this is Garuda.
He's continuing.
Yeah.
And another thing, just like me and my son, who always have our own business to take care of. But crisis like this terrorist organization who came to victimized by abduction, you're not acting vigilant enough because of these things that you really want to do things your way. Help me, I'm sundowning.
Continues to berate Rage, making his temper explode as he charges his grandfather, and both continue to exchange their blows, only for Garuda to overpower him by pummeling with both punches and kicks to knock him out.
Both punches
Just
and
imagining
kicks.
him.
The triple punch.
I'll kill ya.
He's doing the ultimate punch from Hot Rod.
Hot rod.
Yeah.
Ultimate punch.
He's doing hamster style.
It's still you. You got more.
Oh my lord, I thought I could take a breather. Sometimes, Ragey, you need to think of all this aside the ones that you were currently did right now. So take that, Ragey.
That's a
Well,
quote.
let's just remember we have been exchanging blows for a
That's
while.
gotta be a quote. You need
Yeah.
to think of all this
Most
aside the
important
ones that you were currently did right now.
Who has ever seemed to be more like?
That you are currently dead right now.
Okay, Grandpa.
There's more.
No, I know. I'm sorry. I'm waiting for Tristan to actually get that quote in there. All right.
Oh,
The most important thing is to protect our family from terrorism. That's what the Tucker Carlson said.
It's like a family, but it's bigger.
Listen, I refuse to read that word, okay? I'm going to replace it every time. Y'all need to just get on board.
the C word.
I'm not weird. You're weird.
Get into it. Yeah.
Garuda said in disappointment until his vision becomes blurry and soon collapses and Rage immediately punches.
He's dead. He punched him to the hospital.
Grabs?
Boop, boop.
Maybe I should have just stuck to punches.
At the hospital in New York, Garuda was confined after getting dehydration and exhaustion, and Rage was filled with sadness and upset, and both Julio and Louis Consent III are here to help him.
It appears he loses a lot of stamina when he overpowers his own grandson.
Well, this is Julio.
Thanks, Doctor.
Well, cheer up, Rage. The old guy will be fine. The doctor says he loses a lot of stamina because of exhaustion.
Therefore, Gus, Jenny, and Retsu came to see him, which Rage decided to walk away dismissively and seeing him depressed.
This could be
so
literally
Rage.
anyone.
I'm going to take it. That's Retsu. So this is the old man that Rage was talking about. I'm impressed, but how come he's in the hospital?
Next line is right too.
Oh, damn
this
it.
is
So that
Retsu.
must have been Gus?
Gus or Jenny.
Or
Yeah.
Jenny. All right, whatever. Looks like he was completely exhausted because of his age.
Retsu commented,
Old.
knowing of Rage's
Sally
behavior.
I say we put him through every test we've got.
You have to cut him in half and count the rings. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it's age.
Sir, do you know what year you were born?
Wrong. There's no such year.
I'd say he pummels Ragey into the ground so many times until he collapses. He just wanted to get back to where he usually is. A brave guy
The
who
nursing
fights
home.
his opponents, who takes the lead with his group to protect the city from any forms of terrorism. Just because he became a famous takoyaki chef, he even forget all the things he made up previously.
Oh my god.
Retsu.
Rage came to see them and knowing of his faults.
I finally understand of what Gramps is trying to tell me during that sparring match. I guess that I'm totally rushed. Oh my god, my brain. I guess that I'm totally rusted ever since I became a takoyaki chef to set my own quest to become famous. He's right. I was totally unaware of what happened around this community.
There it is.
in the United States, and to focus on my normal life these days. Is it okay if I can retrain myself for it? I'd like to do it for my Gramps.
Whose mic stand is thumping?
Yeah, someone's bumping their mic.
That's probably me.
Okay.
I had to turn off noise cancellation because it was cutting off my Luigi lines.
Right. Then we didn't even have any. Okay. Well, since I'm a fighter like you and being a former genius hacker who became a federal agent here in the U.S.,
Former genius?
I'm game.
Retsu said decided to help Rage to refine his fighting style, and he looked at Gus.
Say, Gus, you want to join us in a training session?
I'm not a fighter like the two of you.
Gus answered as Retsu tells him.
And I don't think I'd fit in.
I know you were a popular club DJ, and I think you know your role there as a dancer like the others. Actually, a simple exercises like jogging and running. Yeah. Yeah. I'd like to help Reiji to refine his current style. I like that.
About the simple exercise. Sounds good, all right. I'm in.
Gus said decided to help him.
If you think of combat training as just a series of simple exercises,
Really not that big a deal.
isn't that really what Mr. Miyagi was teaching us?
Yeah, wax on, wax off.
Jenny.
Yeah, I know. I was getting ready to read it, but I took a bite of my chip.
Oh no. You took a chip and ate it.
I did.
Nobody can eat just one.
Spitfire says
Hey.
groove on, groove off.
The groover.
Mr. Miyagi.
Hey, this is just like what I did today. Various workouts.
Jenny remarked nicely to the boys.
That was so nice.
Well, golly, thank you, Jenny.
Next morning, at the Central Park, Rage is taking exercise, as well as refining his current fighting style when he pummels the sandbag as Gus was currently handling the sandbag and Retsu takes on the timer.
Gus.
Tell me, Retsu. I had no idea what current style that Rage uses. I've never seen the both of you can beat the hell out of each other.
You're like a stone's throw away from Don Knotts, and I'm here for it.
It was Reshuken, Gus, known as lightning kickboxing. If an opponent would try to attack him, he would block the opponent's attack only for him to knock them down with a powerful kick as a counter. He actually mixes up with both martial arts like karate and judo, which Sir Garuda uses those moves to take them down.
Retsu answered, which makes Gus understand.
Oh,
He's the only one.
so that's it.
It's
Gus
also
said smirky.
it's also kind of close to that guy from the Goon Show. Oh, I don't remember his name, but
Oh, so that's it.
The famous Eccles. Another one for the
Eccles.
oldies.
Okay.
They're not here.
Read a book.
I'm here.
Gus said, smirking, until Rage lands a powerful roundhouse kick to the sandbag, which hurts his right leg.
Ow, you hurt my right leg. I was smirking until you did that.
You got me right in the sandbag. Oh.
Is this Rage getting his leg hurt, or is it Gus?
I don't know.
It's Rage.
He hurt his right
Okay.
leg kicking Gus's sandbag.
Ah, dang it.
You need a water break, Rage. It's gonna injure yourself if you're not careful enough.
Gus said, telling him, which makes him sit on the ground.
Gus was right, Reggie. Don't forget about what happened to us last year. We've been through various times, as well as you were.
Noon, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 2:30.
etc.
That was a good one.
2:45. Don't forget 2:45.
That was a really good one. Thanks for reminding me.
As well as you were appointed as a leader of the protectors of DDR City ever since you beat that alien Squeak Peak.
What?
I don't know. I don't know what a Squeak Peak is.
I'll tell you when you're older.
Retsu said, trying to remember the times where Rage is the leader at the time.
Sometimes.
2:45.
Sometimes you always annoyed when I snobbishly spoke at you on the spot. Grandpa was right about earlier. Because of my
Rage now.
It is, but they fucked up the.
You're right.
Okay,
You're right.
okay.
Sorry, my bad.
It's all right. Let's let Rage do it, though.
Grandpa was right about earlier. Because of my focus on normal life here in America, I evenly forgot a lot of things I have done last year.
Rage
At least it was
said, as
even.
Gus gave him some. He evenly forgot them. I mean, Rage said, as Gus gave him some water and he drinks it.
Thanks. Hey, thanks.
I'm glad you finally understood of what Retsu says.
Gus said nicely to Rage until he asks about his takoyaki business.
Hey, about that stuff you're making there. I guess what's in them? Is that how it works?
You should eat it and find out.
Or no, you should
Find out and eat it.
Yeah, okay, so I said it in the sensical way.
Right.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You should find out and eat it. Trust
Not
me,
so
it was really
easy.
good.
Is it?
Trust me, it was really good. Not
Right.
anymore, though. Grandpa's unconscious in the hospital. I can't concentrate.
Rage smiled until Retsu was received a call from Peggy from his PDA, which is lighted up.
Boot-a-ding.
I guess this is Rage again.
Is it?
Oh, Retsu. Oh, right.
It's Retsu. It's his
Yeah,
PDA.
yeah. You're right. You're right. Peggy, what is it?
The enemy had already made preparations to capture their target for the next 3 days. According to our informant, the popular singer Alice IP will have a performance on stage.
What? No, she's having a concert. No.
It looks like I was included in this music performance.
Gus said, knowing of his role.
You must stop them at all costs. I'm counting on you.
Gus isn't even on the phone.
Yeah, I guess it's on speaker. Copy that.
Retsu said, as he hung up his PDA and Rage looked on to see them both.
What happened? Are they trying to get Alice?
They were preparing to do their next motive for the next 3 days. I guess they draw it out of a hat. You see it? What are we fighting for today? Let's find out.
Jeremy, you didn't put your motive in the jar. Come on, everyone has to put one motive in the jar.
For the lulz, who put this in?
Jeremy, I swear to God.
I guess this time no more breaks.
Retsu said until Afro arrives to see them.
Hey, is this a gym session at the park?
Oh, it's you.
Rage grunted in dismay as Afro reacts.
What do you mean, oh, it's you? I just visited Garuda at the hospital. What happened yesterday?
I guess he knew.
Gus remarked, and Afro decides to help the two of them to retrain Rage since he was wearing a wrestling attire.
What?
I'd be wearing
It
wrestling
does make
attire.
sense.
Nice. Spitfire says, someone ping Alice when she's
Yeah.
10 feet tall. That's for the old people out there. Never
Okay,
mind. Keep
okay.
moving on.
Oh, I got that one.
Thank you, Misha. You're the only one who understands me.
Is this Afro, Rage, or Retsu?
Oh, because she's Alice IP. I didn't even get that.
Oh, see, that was for the young'uns, and I got the old.
Who is this?
This next line is definitely not Rage.
Right.
I think it's Afro.
Can I just do it
Okay.
like a ghost?
I know.
Oh, okay.
I know it was going to come to this day. In case if this sandbag gets torn and busted, I will lend you some of those to make Rage continue his training regimen. What do you
I mean, sure, man.
Okay, I'm game. Just give me more training, you guys.
Rage said finally shows his confidence in retraining his fighting skills.
Why would you retreat your
With
fighting
that-
skills?
With that, Rage continued his training regimen with the help of Retsu, Gus, and Afro, as the song Boys, 2008 X Edit, has been played. As the song begins with the second stanza of the music. The group tried to take sit-ups, as well as both Rage and Retsu are trying to spar each other to make him focus. Gus handles the sandbag when Rage tries to do both punches and kicks, as the last kick causing the sandbag to get torn, and to Afro's surprise.
Oh, my word. You're almost close to break this field of duffel bag.
Homestar Runner, is that you?
No, Afro suddenly southern. My word.
Yeah.
The
They
other day,
They filled their sandbag with duffel bags.
All while Britney Spears'
Apparently.
Boys is playing in the background.
Yeah.
now we're on a flashback. The other day, Afro then sets a timer to let both Rage, Retsu, and Gus to go jog and sprint through the Lincoln Memorial while he happily follows them. Once they arrived,
Rocky was perfect choice.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like a memorial while I happily follow you.
once they arrived at the memorial, they were exhausted, which Rage has already made it, as Afro arrives with cool refreshments for them to drink. Rage continued to train by punching and kicking the sandbag, while Gus currently handled the sandbag, and both Retsu and Afro watch as Rage goes for the last roundhouse kick, destroying the sandbag, and to Gus's surprise.
Nice.
Wait, so are they sprinting through the Lincoln Memorial with a sandbag
Yes.
that he's kicking?
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's implying.
Apparently.
That's what this is
Okay.
implying.
And
he's
drinks.
screaming-
and
and he's-
cool, refreshing drinks.
He's screaming,
Afro
"You
has.
ate takoyaki! You ate takoyaki!" as he punches it and cries.
Hey, your kick is getting sharper now. What? Watch out!
Kicks
Ow.
don't do that.
Really?
Rage said, and seeing that he finally succeeded it.
Oh, yes. I will now rule this throne with an iron fist.
Thanks for the help, Mr. Dance King. But who told you this?
Retsu said thankfully as Afro smiles.
Afro?
Yes, this is Afro.
Oh, that's Afro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Garuda. He told me before he continued to recuperate at the hospital.
Told him what?
He continued to recuperating at the hospital.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Retsu-
That they were training,
He
I
was
guess.
just taking a break.
He took a
Retsu
break
looked
from
to see them-
recuperating.
Retsu looked to see them both, and knowing for their mission to take down the X-Pac organization. That night at the hospital, Garuda continues to recuperating at the hospital until someone glows in a white light to reveal the appearance of a Zukin that resembles a queen, much to his shock.
Because what are those?
Zukin! You look just like Princess Zukin! But where are you come from? They gave me
Wants to be
lots
a
of
Queen
meds.
Zukin.
You should be Queen Zukin.
Jesse, be Queen Zukin. Do it. Do it like Queen Zelda.
You're the ruler of dreams. Queen Zukin.
Do it.
I am the ruler of dreams, Queen Zukin.
Yes.
Sounds like you're still wide awake.
You're yelling at me. Sounds like maybe you're awake.
She's like the
I
fucking
thought
tooth
for
fairy.
a second
Yeah.
that you were still sleeping soundly like the rest.
Queen Zukin finally introduced herself to Garuda and giving him a devious grin.
I suppose to know what dreams do you have in store?
I suppose.
You're quite a little Grinch, you strange Zukin. Little goblin Grinch.
Quite a little Grinch there.
I'll put you in my pocket and help steal
That's going
Christmas.
to be my phrase from now on. Well, you're quite a little Grinch, you strange Zukin.
It's a bumper sticker.
Garuda remarked in a cold tone, and Queen Zukin knows he lost his stamina after overpowering rage.
Shit, I hope you can't tell I lost my damn stamina.
I'd like to leave you for a very second, but seeing you being weak and fragile is stopping me from escaping.
Could you maybe?
My magic will do very good.
Oh, good.
Queen Zukin then uses her magic to heal Garuda to revitalize his lost stamina, despite she likes to haunt their dreams into a nightmare. Afterwards, Garuda feels relaxed afterwards.
Hey, I'm all full recovered. But how did you do?
How do you do, Grandpa?
No, he said, how
Garuda
did you
asked,
do?
which Queen Zukin smiles at him.
I just use my magic to heal you on purpose. Since you finally found out my ulterior motives of getting into someone's dreams,
Did he?
I guess that you were the exception.
Grandpa's just dropping acid, right? Like that's what's going on here.
Yeah.
Or he got those good hospital drugs.
Yeah.
Ellipsis, I say.
Dot.
If you had troubles going on with everyone, I will be glad to be in your company.
It's
You
country.
can tell me
Just kidding.
anytime as you want.
Queen Zukin decided to help Garuda, which he reveals it to her.
Oh no.
All right, lady, I'm only going to give you
There
one
it is.
peek.
He pulled it out.
That's
You
butt.
Grinchy
That's
little Zukin.
$5 to peek, $10 to touch, and that's butt prices. All right. I'll tell you. There was a terrorist organization who tries to kidnap their victims and forcing them to become suicide bombers. It's like all I talk about. My former student, who now became a top agent, is trying to stop it. And he enlisted my grandson and others to stop their dirty schemes. I'm Southern now.
Oh, sounds just like what I'm gonna do to everybody by entering their dreams.
Really? Is that so?
You're what?
I don't know. She's apparently turning people into suicide bombers by entering their dreams.
No, she's doing it in their dreams. So they're only suicide bombers in their dreams.
Do they suicide other people's dreams?
Well,
How does that work?
Probably.
Don't do that.
All right.
I would gladly decided to aid you. You can call me anytime by snapping with your fingers.
Queen Zukin said in an elegant tone as she snaps her fingers to disappear in a white light. Garuda wonders where she is after disappearing, which he calmly shrugs.
This Zukin's nature. That's all.
I tell you.
She may be the ruler of all dreams to miss everybody. Everyone's gonna mess on themselves by making all sorts of nightmares by entering from their dreams. I guess she would do that if these soldiers from the terrorist organization is knocked unconscious so that she can invade them through their dreams. I'll observe what she's up to, and I believe she has something up her sleeve, if you know what I mean.
Something up to her sleeve.
Something
Spitfire
up to her sleeve,
agrees.
in her sleeve, in and out and around of her sleeve.
Yeah, does anybody want to reread that paragraph? But right.
Yeah, go ahead, Quinn. Go ahead. Do it. No mistakes. Ready, go.
Okay.
No mistakes. Ready, go.
This Zukin's nature. She may be the ruler of all dreams to miss everybody by making all sorts of nightmare by entering from their dreams. I think she would do that if those soldiers from that terrorist organization is knocked unconscious so that she can invade them through their dreams. I'll observe what she's up to, and I believe she has something up to her sleeve.
All right, now whose did
So
you like
Quinn,
better? Go on Twitter and vote.
Quinn gets points for accuracy, but also, like, monotone.
There was no heart.
So that,
There was no soul.
Yeah.
I'll give it a shot.
I bleed on these fanfics,
No,
Quinn.
No, we're moving on.
Oh, come on. Everybody has to have a chance.
No. Vetoed.
Fine.
Noticing how tricky she is after showing her motives, Garuda then sleeps comfortably after getting healed from her magic.
Mm.
But we have some trivia.
Trivia.
Trivia. Do I read the trivia?
I'll
Yeah.
take it.
Okay.
The training facility that both Garuda and Rage is the same stage where most dancers like they were dancing on stage.
Cool.
Fun fact. Makes sense.
When Rage practices, most of his martial arts moves are taken from Kaoru Matsubara in Powerpuff Girls Z.
I don't know how I missed that one.
Yeah.
What?
Should have recognized it.
Avro appears in his wrestling outfit, which is his alternate appearance in DDR Supernova 2.
Oh.
Jenny now portrays as a biker, which happens in her Street Master mode within her biker outfit in DDRX, as well as mentioning about the workouts which she did in Uni's Street Master mode. Queen Zukin
Nice got it too.
Queen Zukin made her appearance in the near end of the chapter as she tried to enter someone's dreams, which comes from her Street Master mode.
So I don't know where Queen Zukin is from or what she looks like. I'm just imagining a gender bent Zuko. Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's all I can see. She's just
I mean-
screaming
Let's see.
honor as she disappears into the mist.
Garuda knew that she was a Zukin, but he didn't recognize that she was Queen Zukin, and so I don't understand that whole situation.
called her
Like
princess.
sometimes when you see a Narf and you don't realize that it's the Queen Narf.
She looks like someone's Homestuck OC.
Yes, she looks like a trollfic like OC. She
Yeah,
looks like a
yeah.
Homestuck troll.
Yep, she's got ruffles around her neck, and then
She's got like this gray skin and the smile and everything.
And really cute cat eye glasses.
Yeah, girl, where'd you get those?
And a big old ring
wait,
pop.
I don't. How are you seeing glasses?
Not all of them have cat eye glasses.
Not all of them. In this one, I don't know. Maybe it's somebody's Winky that they dressed up as Queen Zukin, but in this one, she has cat eye glasses and a ring pop on her mitten
Look at her
hand. She has mittens. She wears like
She's got kitten mittens.
just mittens all the time.
She's got kitten mittens.
Okay.
Wow, that was delightful.
All right. Do we have time for some 700
We
days?
got 40 minutes left, my friend.
So we can read like 3 sentences from 700 days.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
What's the chapter we're on in this infernal fanfic?
Well, if my command is up to date, looks like 7. Oh, okay. And I thought ahead. I put in the command. We are in the middle of the chapter. Search for Jack sighed deeply once again.
What a legend.
Yeah, that's me. And I'm going to do that
Jack
to advance this.
sighed
Masterverse.
deeply once again. There we
Okay.
go.
We actually watched a couple episodes of The Real Show recently, and I was like, oh my God, this is about a card game, isn't it?
Yes.
I don't like the show is stupid, but at least it accepts that it's stupid. Like,
Yeah.
I
don't
just
know.
totally
It's-
forgot that Yu-Gi-Oh cards and monsters existed in this universe because I'm so curious about who's going to do sex to who and who's going to be an alcoholic and who's going to get motorcycle
It's-
feelings.
Yeah.
it's probably my favorite of the like Yu-Gi-Oh series.
Yeah.
Spitfire makes a point that we just got to get the only thing we got to fix now is keeping cast lists updated. Did we
Right.
write down who was Queen Zukin and who was
Well,
everybody?
I was doing the drinking since Drew's not here, so I didn't write anything down.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Jack sighed deeply once again. I grew nervous as well. I knew Godwin was not going to like the truth, but we both knew it was inevitable. I was especially worried after what he told me 2 months ago.
Whose POV is it right now?
Oh, this is
I think it's
Mikage's
Mikage.
POV. She went to Jack's house and she's like sneaking. She snuck down the hall to hear Jack's conversation with Godwin. Godwin found an empty beer bottle in Jack's closet. And then Jack lied about it.
Supposed to be reading this instead?
I mean, you can kind of give it a Mikage affectation. Technically, Drew is Mikage.
Yeah,
take it
Drew's
for
Mikage.
this one.
Oh.
So it's up for grabs, I guess.
I'll take Mikage in this one, but you can still do the narration. I guess I'll. You take
Well,
Mikage.
but this is-
you take
this
the
is
narration
Godwin.
and Mikage. This
Someone just joined.
well, this is Jack.
I hear
Isn't it?
Michael, or I see Michael's like thing.
Yeah, this is Jack. I'll be Jack.
I saw that you guys. I was like, you're doing 20, 30. Fucking. I just
30
gotta
days.
hold on. I gotta find the link. I was like, I gotta come on and be Jack at least.
Yay!
Yay!
Jack
Michael.
Shit,
brought Michael back to life.
Can I get the link? Okay.
Yeah, I sent that to you.
Michael from Riffs on
okay.
Riffs. Good to have you.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. No. Camera. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm talking at the red. Is that where we are?
Yes.
Yay.
And this is Jack. Okay.
Yes.
Well, it was because of my parents. I wanted to know. I still want to know, actually.
I noticed his voice rising.
Why won't you tell me the truth? Is there something you don't want me to know? I need to know where I came from. Why are you doing this to me? Why?
Jack's voice turned bitter and cruel.
Why?
God?
Tracy, were you got one? Let me
Tracy
do the
was Godwin, I believe.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
do the command.
Okay. Jack, believe me, the truth is far worse than the present. Please, just let it go. It's what's best for you.
We're just
Godwin
going to
said-
gloss over the truth is far worse than the present.
Yeah, I don't.
Godwin said, calmly but coldly. Jack, however, was not as calm as he pounded his fists on Godwin's desk. While his
Yeah, that's
action,
definitely not as calm.
while his
Yeah.
action did not surprise me, Godwin was unstirred.
Now I want the truth! Why is it worse? Tell me, old man!
Damn you, Gary!
Saw Godwin's mouth turn into a sinister frown, and he stood up immediately. Jack stepped back a bit from intimidation.
You want the truth.
Oh, God.
The truth is, your parents wanted nothing to do with you. They were disgusting, cruel, and despicable people. The only reason your mother had you was due to the fact that she and your father got drunk one night. The laws prevented them from having an abortion, as both were perfectly healthy physically and mentally, as well as being consented. They decided that the moment you were born, they would dispose of you. And how do I know this? I was there the night they screaming at each other about it. I was horrified. I could not let an innocent child die, so I offered to take you as my son. They agreed and gave you to me a day after you were born. After that, I haven't heard from your parents since.
Jack stood there in silence. I could only imagine his expression. I couldn't look at him. I looked down, depressed. I knew Jack would be surprised
Well,
about the
there's no
truth.
comma there. I looked down depressed.
Damn.
I looked down depressed. I knew Jake would be surprised about the truth, but I was afraid about what other emotions would be thrown in.
Jake. Oh, Jake, what are you doing? Why are you so depressed? You're so surprised.
I felt sorry for him to go through that even before he was alive.
I can't imagine
I
everything
do
you
wanna-
went through before you were born.
I do want to just give some applause to Tracy. I got a very good helping of Conrad Zinski from your Godwin speech just there.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to end with, you have nothing to lose. You may have nothing to lose.
You know, the truth really was far worse than the present, I gotta say.
Yeah.
That's true. I had no problem with abortion, but what if Godwin said was accurate, then he would have been killed when he was alive. Godwin spoke again, keeping the same tone.
This story is brought to you by Planned Parenthood.
You never assumed what the worst might have been associated with your parents? Did you? Jack, you are an intelligent young man, but you are stupidly impulsive. You base your actions on emotions than anything else. You ignore what your actions can do to other people. Like that Mikage girl, you thought alcohol could help you, but you need to realize that the only person who can help you is yourself. You had
Right there, you dick.
that Mikage kid.
None of them know that she's there. She's still like sneaking.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right, she's hiding
She's
behind a
hidden.
door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She's outside the door. If you had really looked at your actions and yourself, you would have had second thoughts. Jack, I do not want to take care of you, treat you as my son.
No,
I do. No, hold on. I misspoke, son.
I love you. I love you. Move into my house.
Look, Jake, you're super important to me, okay?
Be my sweet little baby Jakeman.
Jake, I do want to take care of you, treat you as my son. But if you continue down this road, I'll abandon you like your other father. Sorry. I don't know what I can do to help you. If I can't even do that in the long run.
Godwin stated, his tone calming the further he went along. Jack still stood there in silence, but then he turned around to the door and I moved out of the way. Jack's boots were stomping on the ground, the wooden floor shaking with every step. I saw Jack stood near the door looking like a mix of both anger and depression. I tried to intervene, but he turned to me and scowled.
It's useless trying to help me. I will always be just like them.
Jack said to me in a bitter, angry tone.
Jack, that's not true. You are a good purr.
I tried to say to him to hopefully calm him, but raised his voice and yelled.
It's useless, Mikage! Stop trying to help which can't be helped!
He yelled at me. Suddenly, my body felt weird. To my disappointment.
It's like the opposite. These are unicycle feelings.
Hipsters get unicycle feelings, according to Sam.
To my disappointment, my reflex kicked in after all those years.
Like the gag reflex?
I didn't even see that line about unicycle feelings.
Yeah, I was like, damn, stealing Sam's joke, not giving any credit? Damn.
All right. Yeah. Sorry.
I put my hands on my head and collapsed to the ground and shut my eyes. Jack's yell had the same tone as my father's and his motions matched his. I grew terrified.
Time to get the butcher knife.
I did not want to react like this and calm him down, but it just happened out of nowhere. I opened my eyes to look at Jack, who looked at me horrified. He looked regretful of what he just did, but before I could say anything, he ran off outside. I sat there on my knees for a bit, slowly getting up. I heard lighter steps coming by and looked to my right to see Godwin. He looked at the door worriedly and sighed. I got up slowly to try to catch up to Jack, but when I stood up, Godwin put his hand on my shoulder to stop me. I looked at him in disbelief, but he shook his head.
Child, if you can sit on your knees, you need to go to the hospital. Leave him. He needs time for himself. Wait 5 or 10 minutes before you call him.
He should have his shit together by then.
Yeah. Let him collect his thoughts. He needs this, Mikage.
But again, only
He
5
needs a
minutes.
good
He's only
5 or
got-
10 minutes.
he's only got like 3 thoughts up in there. So once he collects them, just give him that 10. You're good.
He nodded and looked at the then open door. The cold draft coming and I shivered. But I did not just shiver due to the climate. I shivered because I was also worried about what could happen to Jack.
All right.
Rest in
Time
peace,
for
Tristan's
Crow Hogan. Would you please refill my water before I attempt this?
Only because you're my favorite Hogan daughter.
Thank
You're better than Brooke, okay? I want everyone to know that.
Okay. The bar was dimly lit, and you could see very little. The brightest source of light was the bartender's area itself, which even then did not stretch far. The stage we were preparing had a little more light than the rest of the bar, but you could just see our faces. Did not help that I was wearing a black leather jacket, which blended in with the shadows around. All these shadows around. However, it did not matter to us as we were tuning our equipment. I thought we had tuned our stuff earlier, but apparently not. I did not pay attention to any of the barflies in the place. I had more important things. I accidentally almost dropped my bass, but quickly grabbed it before it hit the floor. I looked up at the bar while picking up the guitar. I then saw someone in the far background on a bar stool. My eyes widened when I saw him.
My heart's pace quickened. A flush rose in my cheeks.
Motorcycle feelings? At a time like this? It was Jack Atlas, face flat on the counter. I could barely tell if he was alive or not. I grew worried at my friend who looked drunk as he was last September at my house. You know, that time that his drinking brought him to the point of being drunk?
The carpet?
Right.
Yeah.
I put my guitar down and walked over to Jack. I shook his shoulder and he turned to me. He lifted his head up a little with his eyes looking like a zombie's. Jack, what the hell are you doing here? Are you drunk again? His drunk face turned into a scowl and looking like he was struggling to talk.
Leave me alone. I've had a bad fucker day.
He put his head down and mentioned a name. I heard him mentioned Mikage. I wondered if something happened between them. While I wanted to chuckle at the possibility they were dating, but I knew to be more serious. This must have been some horrible if he went back to drinking. They must have had a fight. That's normally why some people go drink in depression at bar.
Mr. Worldwise.
I really love when VeryBreaky puts in these worldwide sort of observations.
Yeah. It's normally why some people go drink in depression at bar. You see it in movies and even in real life. Hey, tried to shake his shoulder again, but the bartender walked up to me. Who wants to be a bartender?
You want to be the bartender angry at Crow, Jesse? Jesse's.
Is there anyone else that wanted to? Or is there someone else?
Well, that's okay. Yeah, I mean, someone else.
No, go
do
for it.
I just don't want to think every.
You're taking
Okay,
all these tiny one-time people. Go ahead. You got like no character.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the only line.
Hey, I hired you to perform your music. Get back on the stage or you're out of here and no pay.
I tried to argue a little bit, but he pushed me on stage. You better believe I was angry. I needed to send a message to Jack while not going near him. But then it dawned on me. I talked to the band and told them the situation and they agreed. We found the perfect song to play. I walked up to the mic. Wonderwall cures all ills. I walked up to the mic with my bass guitar and looked towards the band to see if they were ready. And we started playing with Sherry stepping up to her mic. The strings were being strummed and the beat came on.
I get knocked down, but I get up again. You ain't never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down.
Okay, so this is
Sherry.
Sherry singing? Okay.
And Crow, right? Because he has a mic too.
Oh, yeah.
All right, who wants to duet this with me?
You're on your own, bud.
Picture perfect memories
Scattered all around the floor.
Reaching for the phone because I can't fight it anymore. And I wonder if I ever cross your mind.
I ever cross your mind.
For me, it happens
For
all
me,
the
it
time.
happens all the time.
I hired you to perform music.
Apparently, these are all titles of songs because the way they're capitalized.
They're all, yeah.
They're just
We should
reading the
Tracy
set
do one
list.
of these.
They're not
Yeah.
know any of them yet.
I could see Jack raising his head up. No doubt the song getting to him a bit. It's a quarter after
It's a quarter
one.
after one,
I'm all alone
I'm all
and I need
alone,
you now.
and I need you now.
Said I wouldn't call,
Said I
but
wouldn't
I lost
call,
all
But
control,
I lost all
and
control,
I need you now.
and I need you now.
And I don't know how.
And I don't know
I could do without.
How I can do without.
I just need you now.
I just need you now.
Jack's
good.
face. Jack's face began looking guilty as he picked up his phone and looked at it nervously. Then I stepped up to the mic. Okay, I guess
It wasn't a
it
duet.
wasn't even.
Oops.
All
We
right.
talked about this. It was not doing.
It was not a duet. Why are you doing this? You're such a
Another
good-
shot of whiskey. Can't stop looking at the door. Wishing you'd come sweeping in the way you did before. And I wonder if I ever cross your mind. For me, it happens all the time.
love this band. We're breaking up.
I saw Jack rub his eyes when I started singing. Or maybe he was
Still
gouging
wearing
his
them right
eardrums out. Hard to tell. My plan was working. It's a quarter after one. I'm a little drunk and I need you now. Said I wouldn't call, but I lost all control and I need you now. And I don't know how I can do without. I just need you now. Whoa! Whoa!
Hey, Dave, you can
Wow, lady.
Guess I'd rather hurt than feel nothing at all. I
That
looked at
sucked.
Jack. What?
That sucked. You were awful.
It's a real song, you
But
know.
it got the job done.
Sorry, y'all. This was our backup band. We had a sick cat, but they got too sick, and we actually had to take them to the vet. So we got this guy instead. Enjoy your screaming.
Your singing was.
Spitfire says the plan was to drive Jack out of the bar and back into Mikado.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm still
like-
upset that it wasn't actually Wonderwall.
Yeah.
Close enough.
I looked at Jack and was surprised at his face. I thought I saw him crying. But there was no way. I did not plan for it to work that well. I then saw him pick up his phone and press a button. I smiled at what this meant.
He was texting nudes to me.
He put his phone to his ear, and I could imagine what was going to happen.
The person on the other end wouldn't be able to hear him because we were going to go into our next song immediately.
Right. Also, does that mean that this next part is just happening in Crow's imagination?
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna assume.
Yes.
Mikage's POV.
Mhm.
I was sitting in front of Jack's TV, waiting for the phone to ring. I looked at the clock. Nearly 15 minutes had passed, and he was still not home.
Oh no! That's way more than the allotted time Godwin set out.
I was worried. I wanted an answer to if he was okay. I stood up to get to the car when suddenly I heard the phone ring. I looked at the caller ID to see Jack Atlas on the screen. I crouched down quickly and picked up the phone.
Why does she have to crouch?
Good question.
I don't know.
For reception.
Jack, are you okay?
I could hear Jack breathing on the other line.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Why
he's
is
good.
Jack on
He's
the
fine.
other line?
Hey, Mikage. I'm fine, don't worry.
I could hear his speech slur a little. I froze in my place. He had been drinking in the last 15 minutes.
Damn! That's a lot.
Jack, you've been drinking, haven't you?
Jack was silent for a bit before grimly saying yes.
Yes. Grim.
Jack, please come home. I am worried about you, and everyone is.
I asked with my worry growing more and more.
Damn,
My
girl.
worry is just out of control.
How big does that worry get, girl?
Girl, you got a nice fat worry.
Damn, girl. Damn.
Why would you want me to come back? I broke my promise and I yelled at you so much you collapsed on the ground. Like I said, I am always going to be a wreck.
He said to me, confused and depressed.
Jack, that is not true. You were just fine. No, great.
No great.
You were just fine. No, great.
No great.
You're fine.
You're just fine. No great.
You had become such a wonderful...
Jack? Jack!
You had become such a wonderful person. Don't let it go to waste, please.
I plead, a bit of a tear growing in my eye. I hated it when he thought like this.
And as for the second question, there is a reason why I am not, nor have ever been angry with you. Wait, is this Jack?
Wait, this...
This is Mikage.
Oops,
Okay.
sorry. I was
Okay,
like, Jack
okay.
wouldn't talk like Spock while he died, would he?
What was the second question? I don't...
How tall
It is the needs of the many, Captain Kirk.
Ship safe.
There is only one question.
There's
Why
only
would you
one
want me to come
question.
back?
Yeah, okay.
That's the only
Whatever. And as for the second question, which you neglected to ask me, there is a reason why I am not, nor have ever been angry with you.
A reason.
There is a reason.
There's a reason.
I'm hunting
There's
rabbits.
a reason.
There's a big
Why am
reason.
not, or have never been angry
There's
with
a
you.
big reason to whoa.
Strawberry. Or anyone else for that matter in a long time. It is because, despite their mistakes, I know people can be a good person and change. I know they still have the capability of feeling human emotions, with the one that appears so much in people is regret.
I say, trying to convince him that he is a good person.
I say. Yeah, that was okay.
Now this is Jack in the middle of this part.
Okay. Why? I have been such a jackass. See what I did there? Why do you forgive someone no matter what?
There's your second
Sigh.
question.
I was about to tell him something that I had told no one else until then.
Get ready for
Oh,
another
no.
paragraph that goes off the page. Last year, I went to see my father in prison by his request. I could have said no, but I went anyways. It was because, while driving there, I wanted to let out all my rage onto him. For so long, it had been building up where now I had the chance to confront him, let him know how much he hurt our family and our friends. I had gone over our conversation in my head, planning on what and how to say it while countering his remarks. However,
I let out a heavy sigh.
when I walked up to the phone, everything changed when I saw his face. It was not the face of an abuser or even my father. It was the wrong person. I walked up to the wrong phone.
I was in the wrong. Yeah.
It was a dog? I didn't know dogs go to jail.
Nothing
It
in the
was a-
rule book saying a dog can't go to jail.
Dog Jail 3 coming this summer.
It was a broken man, born of a broken man.
Oh, my man's broken.
My father was whimpering with tears streaming down his face. I was seeing a grown man in prison crying. The moment I picked
What
up
a
the phone,
pussy.
Really paints the picture.
yeah. The moment I picked up the phone, he began sobbing. He apologized for what he had done, regrets everything, and that such a wonderful girl should never had to live with such a careless man for a father. I just sat there in shock as he cried. I felt horrible because I wanted to be angry with a man in his weakest state. It was then I realized people can change. I wanted to show him that I forgave him, so I tapped on the separation glass.
And I put him up on there.
And then I placed the palm of my hand against it.
Close enough.
It was like a movie or even real life.
So Very Breaky just got done watching Star Trek 2, right?
Yes.
I mean,
Very
like,
Breaky
yes.
is just like I don't know. This is pissing me off because this is really bad. Like just advice in general.
He put his on it.
Yeah. Put him on the glass.
I smiled and said I forgave him through the telephone. We had to separate then, but I always remember how much of an impact it left on me.
If you're going to come visit me in prison,
That was a long one.
you got to have something I don't have. Boobs, a butt. You don't have a butt?
Yeah.
I waited for Jack to say something. Then I began to hear strange noises.
Jack, are you crying?
He's crying. I asked worriedly. I hear a sniffle on the phone.
No! I'm fine! But McColgate! Oh, wait. But McColgate!
I hear him say, getting slower with each word.
I am so sorry. You have been trying to help.
Every word it gets.
I was like, I went too slow in that first part. Yeah.
Trying to help me, and I should have treated you and Godwin better.
We don't need the story to take up any more time.
I should have been grateful to the both of you, but I'm just a dick. After all of this mess, I am just so sorry.
Jack says, weeping into the phone.
Short it out.
I forgive you.
I say sweetly to calm him down a little.
I'm coming home.
No, wait for me to pick you up.
I've caused you enough trouble. I can get home myself. I'll just get outside and call a cab or something.
Jack slurred his words before hanging up.
Or something.
I suddenly grew worried at what he said, especially the way he slurred his words. He was in no condition to walk home, and even if he did try to call one, it sounded like he used all his energy to make the call. I ran over to the car, pushing anything out of my way. I made it outside and rain was beginning to come down. I did not care as I got in the car, got the car started. I knew exactly which bar he went to, so I pushed down on the gas and started driving there immediately.
Convenience.
Spitfire makes a really good point. Someone should report this bartender not only serving a minor, but getting him trashed in just a few minutes.
Yeah, less than 15 minutes.
And also, where is this
And that
bartender?
includes travel time, too.
Yeah, that includes travel time. So.
What the fuck
Jack
is this
might just
drink
be.
making?
He might just be a lightweight with booze, you know? I mean,
Could be.
Made him a Long Island.
Yeah.
Strong Island.
Okay.
My heartbeat grew all by itself as I drove towards the bar.
Three sizes that day.
With every pulse grew a new worry about what happened to Jack. With every heartbeat, the rain increased as well. The rain
What the
clogged up.
hell?
I don't know.
Are you a god? What is going on, McConaughey?
So your heartbeat's like, what, 90 BPM right now? And that's how. Okay, girl.
And see, there are
That's not
90
right.
raindrops hitting the windshield.
Okay, let's go.
The rain clogged up my vision. I might have been worried about my own sake, if not for the fact I was more worried about Jack. My windshield wiper barely got the rain out of the way before it came back, but I could just see what I was doing and kept pushing forward.
What a legendary sentence.
I finally made it to the bar and opened the door, at the same time opening my umbrella. As I walked out, I felt like I almost stepped in something. I looked down to see, in my horror, Jack face flat on the sidewalk.
Nice.
She didn't run over him.
Stepped on him.
I was stepped in his face.
I'm just imagining her. Ew! I almost stepped in Jack Atlas. Ew.
Crouched down and put the umbrella over him and I to prevent rain from landing on both of us. Oh, over him and I to prevent rain from landing on both of us. I turned his head on the side just in case he was going to vomit. When I did, he looked up slowly to see me. He got up slowly and I put my arms around him. He started to tear up a little.
I thought he was face flat on the sidewalk, like face down.
He certainly was.
And she turned his head to the side. And okay.
Yeah, there's no
I guess.
reason for that.
Slowly, just cracking his neck.
He started to tear up a little, but I patted his back and comforted him in the rain. I did not care about the cold water on my knees and feet. I only cared about him for the moment.
He threw up on me immediately.
Why is everyone standing around comforting each other in the rain?
Oh, maybe it's a metaphor for purification and starting anew.
Should I keep going or are we gonna stop here?
We got 2 minutes left until the top of the hour.
I could get through this paragraph in 2 minutes.
We're so close to the end, and yet
we're not.
You know how long it can take to end these things.
But we're getting to a spicy part. This part coming up is spicy.
Okay.
I'm just gonna read this paragraph.
Go.
The door to the bar opened to see the door saw Crow walking out. He immediately noticed us and ran over to help Jack up. I helped him as well and put him in the passenger seat of the car. Crow took a deep breath after carrying him. I gave him the keys to Jack's car and asked him to please get it home safely.
And the bartender comes out and he's like, "Hey, I'm paying you guys to play, not put people in the cars.
Have more alcohol.
Not paying to play EMT. God damn it."
He smiled and agreed, and I got back inside my car. I looked towards Jack, who looked barely alive. I had to get him home fast. I drove off, waving goodbye to Crow and thanking him once again. As I was driving to Jack's house, I looked at Jack. He was still barely alive, but he looked slowly towards me and gave a weak thumbs up, no doubt trying to tell me he's okay. I smiled at him.
Barely alive?
How much did he drink in that 15 minutes? What the hell?
I was taking a shot every 60 seconds. It was rough.
The bartender's like, I don't know how. I was giving him blue dolphins. They're non-alcoholic.
That's the exact rate.
Yep.
I smiled at him before going back to the water-covered windows of my car. I knew Jack tried to tell me not to worry, but to be honest, I was still really worried. We drove in silence as I focused on the road, though Jack apologized again, and I said I forgive him again, no doubt still regretting what he did. Okay, it's gonna get dramatic the next time we come back to the story. This is a cliffhanger.
We can't hold on. Let me take over the narration and power through this.
It's gonna take forever.
If you
Just let me try. Let me try. Eventually, we made it back, and thankfully, Jack had enough energy to barely lift himself up, though I gave him some support. He was heavy, but thankfully he gave enough support so that we can make it inside. As I walked in, Godwin came over. He kept his cold businessman face as I carried Jack. But I noticed when Jack turned his head towards him and smiled at him that Godwin smiled back. I wanted to assume
never
the best.
wanted you. Welcome home.
I opened the door and walked inside. I shut the door behind us and dragged him over to his bed and plopped him on it.
Gross.
I grabbed the empty bottle of water from months ago, which remained on his bedside, and filled it up in his bathroom.
How can it be an empty bottle of water? It has nothing in it. It's like just an empty bottle.
Yeah, that's true. I came back with Jack looking up at me tired. I gave him a bottle of water and I said goodbye. But before I left,
Mikage,
Did other things.
I love you.
I immediately froze and turned back to him, a shocked expression and blush painting my face. Did I really hear that? But any romantic feeling that could have been in my body died down when I remembered something. Jack, I don't believe that. You still got alcohol in your body. It's affecting how you think. I saw Jack's nervous expression change to a disappointed frown. I knew Jack was different when he was drunk, and I felt strangely guilty. So I came up with an idea. But I'll stay here for the night, and then we will see if you...
Butler.
Here's a kooky idea. Stay here for the night, and we will see if you still feel like that in the morning. Talk to me about this when you are sober. I told him this, and walked out of the room to get ready for bed. As I did, I heard moaning coming from him. Oh, no. I first assumed it was the...
man, no.
First assumed it was the alcohol giving him a headache. I called my mother to tell her the situation, and she understood, after getting a little too excited about spending the night with a male friend. Luckily, Mom, enough about your life.
She had like 17 how-to DIY tricks about dealing with whiskey dick. I was like, Mom, Jesus Christ.
Stop talking about Randy, Mom. We're talking about my boy, Jack.
Luckily, she later came over with the stuff. And
oh, fuck. This is cool, Mom.
And left in a hurry as well. She later told me it was because she was creeped out by Jaeger. I later went to bed thinking about...
that seems reasonable.
Thinking about Jack, and what if his confession was true? I shook at that thought as I knew what alcohol did to him.
No. I shook that thought out.
Oh.
Shook it out.
I shook that thought out as I knew what alcohol did to him. The next morning, in my white pajamas, I knocked on the door to wake up Jack. I opened the door to see him wide awake in his bed. On his bed. I walked over to him to see how he was doing.
Doing. Is that it? It's doing.
Jack, how are you? Jack stretched his arms out and let out a yawn.
Well, I don't feel sick or anything, so I must be doing fine.
Man, fuck you and your no hangovers. Dick.
He only had one beer, so...
He was barely alive.
He nursed an apple cider. Leave him alone.
Fucking youths, man. Fucking youths.
I smiled at his condition.
Oh, no.
He was talking like the Jack I knew again. However, suddenly when he stood up, he did something I never expected. He embraced me. Not even that forceful of one. His arms felt warm and loving. I was shocked to see this.
Mikage!
Body experience looking down on myself.
Mikage, I love you.
He said with all the compassion inside him. With all that he surprised me. I knew he was sober, but I thought last night was an effect of the alcohol, but here he was, confessing again sober.
Oh, God.
That proves it.
A lot of talk here. Mikage, I can't thank you enough for everything you did, and throughout this time you have been doing this for me. I saw how wonderful you are. You are just so kind, smart, and forgiving that it's unreal. I need someone like that in my life. Someone I can always rely on. And the dinner 2 months ago made me realize how freaking beautiful you are. You are just so awesome. I love you for everything you are.
And the dinner 2 months ago, the number of fries you could put away. Freaking beautiful.
Jack said with even more passion than his confession. I just stood there in silence. Was all that he was saying true? Was he playing off my emotions to get around the effect that he got drunk last night? I thought that was the reason. Oh, what the hell? Okay, sorry. Jack, please don't lie.
And please
Jack.
stop embracing me so tight.
Jack pushed me back a little and I saw his face. He looked determined about something.
I am not lying. I don't care how you punish me for last night. or what Godwin will do, or whatever. I just want you to know how much I love you and everything you have done to help me at my lowest.
Even though I've been very naughty. Very naughty.
I stood there in silence at his argument. I had never seen Jack so determined about anything else in his life. He just said he cared about me more than he does himself. He never gave up telling me that he loves me for what I am and what I did. I then felt strange inside. warm feeling started coming up in my body.
Here it is, guys.
Blush appeared on my face. A bit of tears appeared near my eyes. They spawned like an inch out from them.
This paragraph is nothing but a drinking game.
Jack saw my tears and hugged me once again. I tried to think of something to say, so I just went with the only thing I could say at that moment. I really like you too. Maybe even love you, Jack.
Who's you, Jack?
Please review or comment. Thank you so much. Note the story will gain an M rating starting with the next chapter.
Fuck you.
All right, let's get it on.
Also need, capital N, need you now. Belongs to Lady Antebellum. I thought that song fit with the situation. The end. Yes, M for motorcycle. And their associated feelings.
M games on motorcycle.
Okay, we did. That only took 9 extra minutes.
I'm sorry, Misha. We lost you. I'm sorry. I miss you already.
All right, quote of the day. Number 7. Annie's eye caught a glimpse of something on the floor and looked down to see metal talisman that almost resembles a cross in a way, but more ancient and metallic. Thank you for joining us. We'll be here next week. It all going according to plan. I'll find somebody to raid, but good night.